Here today to tell you about Sunshine Metals. We're a Queensland-based, Queensland-focused gold and copper explorer, currently with a 20 mil market cap, and we think we're doing some pretty amazing stuff in North Queensland. Standard disclaimer, getting longer all the time. Corporate snapshot, so we're trading at 1.3 cents for about 20 mil market cap day on day. And importantly, we've got $3.5 million cash in bank as of this morning, and pending successful completion of a divestment of one of our non-core projects. That cash position will be boosted, and we'll talk about that shortly. We've got a very supportive register. 1832 Asset Management out of Toronto came on board at our last raise, and Lion Selection have been supporters of our stock for a while now. Directors have tipped in $3.4 million worth of their own cash, and showing commitment to the venture. Here is the leadership. So I'm a geo by trade, more than happy to talk your ear off with rocks if you come past our booth. And we've got Matt Price, our exploration managers, joining me. We've got plenty of experience in all sections of the resource sector, from acquisition, development, and operational. So Kerry loves 3 reasons why we should get involved, 3 bullet points, and it's a really simple proposition with Sunshine right now. It's about the asset, it's about the results that we're delivering into, and it's about the team that's active, on ground, and based at about 150 kilometres from our projects. We do have a large polymetallic resource. It's a high-grade resource, and we'll talk about that shortly. It's gold, copper, zinc. We know where we're going to grow that resource. We're currently diamond drilling at the moment, and it's all progressing really well. We've also got a fantastic exploration package that's forever and a day been explored for lead and zinc, and we've got baseline data sets missing, like things like gold in soils and really basic data that we need to make informed decisions, and we're progressing rapidly through the Mount Windsor Volcanics. Our core project is the Ravenswood Consolidated Project. It's the flagship, and it's where all our focus is. We're Townsville based. We've been highly active, and we can be really nimble on ground. We can be out on our project in an hour and a half from our base. And we've got a fantastic technical team. They're all busy at work while we're enjoying the conference down here. To touch on Triumph itself, so Triumph, as of this morning, we announced the divestment of Triumph. It's a non-core project, so apologies for my very basic red line through that project. We signed a binding agreement. It's $1 million cash and $1 million in Dart mining stock, fully paid ordinary shares. There's several escrow points, so we're certainly exposed to the upside with Dart, and we wish them every success in that project. It's a fantastic little gold project, 118,000 ounces of shallow gold. But our real focus is on the flagship Ravenswood Consolidated. So Ravenswood, here it is. It's an hour and a half out the road from Townsville. We're in the prolific Charters Towers district. It's produced about 20 million ounces of gold from mines like Mount Lation, Charters Towers, Pajingo, and recently Ravenswood itself, which is now Queensland's largest gold mine. What's also significant about the district is the base metal production out of the district as well. So 14 million tonnes worth of copper, zinc, gold, lead, silver rich ore. It's been mined, it's been processed successfully, and we intend to do the same. And we've put this package together, so the Lon Town component of the resource, the westernmost red leases there were bought, and the deal was completed in September last year. And since then, we've been smashing it with the exploration results that we've been getting to date. And I can't help but feel in a quite a busy market, we haven't been heard. Lion Town's the focus area for us, so I'll let the lion do the screaming for me. These are numbers that, if you go around the room here at the conference, There's probably only 2 companies that are routinely putting out numbers of such tenor in the last 12 months, and that would be Spartan, currently trading with a $1.5 billion market cap, and Southern Cross, a 500 mil market cap. Fantastic, doing fantastic work, but I can't help but feel our 20 million market cap leaves us plenty of room for growth and plenty of room for shareholder wins. So 17 metres at 22 grams a tonne. That was our first foray into pulling apart a pretty complex mineral system that had been largely explored for lead and zinc, and we've turned the focus back to the gold and copper-rich part of the system. We followed up 17 at 22. We came in and drilled 45 metres beneath that and hit 20 at 18. So that suggests it's not a supergene cap, as some had proposed. We've stepped off. We're drilling a zone between 2 resource blocks, so Lon Town and Lon Town East, and we'll show that in a second. And it's a really under-drilled zone. We hit a nice fat zone of 16 metres at 4.5 grams gold, 1.1% copper. And importantly, within that zone, there was 6 metres, so a nice thick zone of high-grade gold and copper, so 9 grams at 2.5% copper. Fantastic numbers. All of this culminated in the first 12 months in an increase in the Lon Town Resource, which had a significant component of indicated resource growth. It gives us confidence that what we're looking at is the real deal. Put this in perspective, and just a little collage that a bit of a brag board, I guess. But these are numbers that are significant on an ASX perspective. These are just some of our 4 drilling campaigns, and each of these drilling campaigns we've hit the highlight reel on the ASX. Lon Town started life as a gold mine. 1905 to 1911, the Carrington lode was mined out of Lon Town. It was mined 28,000 ounces at 22 grams a tonne. And then in the 40s and 50s, zinc and lead were discovered, and all of a sudden, zinc and lead became the flavour of the month. Well, flavour of the next 70 years, to be honest. 3 years out of 70 have been dedicated towards lead zinc exploration, and we've come back and essentially wound back the clock and targeting the Carrington, extensions to the Carrington, which we believe are this gold-rich panel that we're drilling at the moment. We can see we've got the green rocks are volcanics, the blues are sediments. It's a nice, easy contact to follow for those lead-zinc rich ores on that contact, and if we push back into the green rocks, that's actually looking deeper in the sequence. The rocks were hotter, you're more likely to precipitate out copper and gold. When we bought the project, 3.2 million, there was 6,000 metres of historic core there, and lo and behold, there were more hits than Elvis. At 6,000 metres of diamond saved us about $1.2 million worth of drilling cost, so we recouped a lot of our 3.2 mil outlay straight away, and saved us about 3 months drilling time and allowed us to get really active really quickly. And there's some booming numbers in there, and it is a polymetallic system. So there were numbers like 7 metres, 2.5 grams gold, just under 12% zinc and 5% lead, and then moving importantly into those copper and gold rich areas, 8.5 at 5.5 grams gold and 0.4 copper and the like. That gave us that real head start. Lon Town in long section, we do have 2 resource blocks. So we've got Lon Town is about 3 million tonnes as it stands, and Lon Town East where previous groups have only really explored that volcanic sediment contact. So they've found the lead zinc rich part of the system, and only 25% of the footwall has actually been sampled. From our work in the gap zone and on the eastern end of the Lon Town Resource itself, we know that these gold zones are quite cryptic. They're a feeder network to the overlying VMS system. They were laid out on a seafloor. What that does is give us confidence that that core still exists and we can go through and resample, and we should be hitting gold and copper numbers in the footwall of the Lon Town East ore body as well. And we've started collecting that core from Lon Town and processing that. The resource, as it stands, tiny numbers. You can read this in your own time. The crux of it is that there's a significant portion of indicated. We've got met studies underway for copper and gold focused metallurgical studies. We're no longer bound by a lead zinc system mentality, so we're doing copper gold oriented met work. We've got a resource update due out in December this year. That'll incorporate all this fantastic drilling, the met work updates, and we're confident, the upshot is, that we can report in gold equivalent terms. So as it stands, zinc is the dominant mineral in the resource, and we're bound to report in zinc equivalent, 12% recoverable zinc equivalent. We're at a gold conference, so block your ears if you're offended by a gold equivalent number. But as it stands, we're looking at about 800,000 ounces at 4.9 grams recoverable gold equivalent. And hopefully at the end of the year, we can be screaming that from the rafters when we update the resource. The bulk of the project, so we've got some fantastic targets. The project, the whole southern part of the project, is the Mount Windsor Volcanics. So this highly prospective base metals and gold package. And we know we've got deposits such as the Langer Highway Reward. We're doing the amazing work at Lon Town, and we've got more emerging parts of the belt coming through. There's also breccia and vein hosted gold targets. We did the first drilling on a new breccia pipe target, so similar to a Mount Lation, Mount Wright style 1 to 3.5 million ounce position at Wilbur's Hill, and we'll be doing some further work there. But our next phase of drilling, so as soon as the diamond rig finishes, we wheel into RC and we move over towards Highway Reward. In the foreground here, you'll see Highway East. This is one of our favourite prospects at the moment, Highway East and Truncheon, and they'll form the basis of first pass testing. Now, the reason these are such attractive targets is they're immediately adjacent Highway Reward. Highway was mined in the 90s, was a 5.4% copper, 1 gram gold ore body mined, and some of those drill intersections are absolutely eye-watering, and you won't see me for a while if we hit that. You can come and find me at the pub. We've got, and this is what they look like. They were massive sulfide pipes wrapping around these rigid rhyolite bodies. We're seeing a lot of the same geology out at Highway East and Truncheon, and that's why we're so enthused. We're also enthused, massive sulfide pipes are really dense, so have a strong gravity response. We're looking at gravity here. The hotter the colour, the more dense the rock is, and the more likely it is that there's a sulfide component to it. Highway is a discrete little mag high. Highway East is not so discrete, it's huge. Highway East also has a chargeable, coincident chargeable IP response, so we're confident we're going to hit sulfide in this zone. It's got copper, lead and zinc soil anomalism. We don't know what the gold in soil anomalism is because no one bothered to assay for it. What we do know is of the limited holes at Highway East, there's intersections like a metre at 690 grams silver, again not assayed for gold, and Truncheon just up the road where we've got another strong gravity response, 5 metres at 2.2% zinc, a bit of lead, bit of copper. It's not a bad first start. Have they hit the real deal? We're soon to find out. 2024 shapes up as a pretty exciting back half of the year. We're well into the back half now, and the start of 25 with the sale of Triumph tops up the coffers and allows us to maintain the rage. We're drilling extensions at Lon Town, those resource extensions to the Gap, Highway East and Truncheon, and then we're going to start doing some first works on some of these other VMS prospects and potentially on a shallow gold system at Double Event. Got plenty of geophys, mapping, sampling, news flow is the take home from that, and an updated resource in December. We're right on track for that. This is it's the standard Townsville tourist photo. We gathered our small team doing massive things there, and like I said, it's a great little group, really kicking goals and punching above our weight. So take homes from this asset, fantastic results that are comparable or better than most in the room. Fantastic little team based nice and close to the projects. Come and see us. We're in the booths next door, just around the corner. We've got the numbers, those gold numbers you can't miss. Come and see us and have a chat. Thanks for your time.